Hi, it's Christy, and I'm here with another video for Operation Christmas Child. Did you know that Operation Christmas Child started in 1993? That's a little earlier than I thought it started, but I found a really interesting article about the beginning of Operation Christmas Child, and I've linked it below so you can read about it. It's very interesting. This video is going to be a little different than I've done before. If you're new, welcome. I hope that this video will give you some tips on making a better Operation Christmas Child shoebox. So I have some notes and I'm surrounding myself with props. So let's see how this goes. First of all, I want you to think for a second about what makes a great Operation Christmas Child box. Can you think of some certain things that you would pick or choose or not put in order to make it great? Okay, now here's a quiz. I have a box here and I want to know why or why not this is a great Operation Christmas Child box. Can you see? What do you think? Well, this is not a great Operation Christmas Child box. And the reason is, well, for one, it's way oversized. We want to try to stay really close to, if you don't have the Operation Christmas Child boxes, the plastic or the cardboard, try to stay really close to the size of those boxes. This one would probably be about double. Okay, another problem with this box is it's filled with only wow items. Really, I guess a kid would be delighted to get all these items, but they would miss out on some important things. So that's why I'm doing this video today, to help us all to make better boxes that are more balanced and don't leave the important things out and still get a lot of the fun things in. So these are the recommendations also of Operation Christmas Child. I really stayed within their guidelines, but sometimes when you read it, it's very brief and it's just, I don't know, I'm hoping to bring it to life more with what I'm doing today about what is good and what is bad and how to put it all together to make a great Operation Christmas Child box. First, indulge me as I quickly summarize the basic points that you might already know. Like, make sure every item in your box is age appropriate. That might seem really obvious, but it's really not. And especially I learned this year when I was doing so many toddler boxes, it's tricky. So be careful about that, not to put a choking hazard in a toddler box or something that's too young in an older box. Also, be sure that every item in your box is safe and approved by Operation Christmas Child. So these are some of the unsafe, unapproved items. No candy, toothpaste, gum, used or damaged items, war-related items. This is directly from their website, such as toy guns, knives, or military figures. No food, chocolate, seeds, fruit rolls, or other fruit. No snacks, vitamins, drink mixes of any kind, no liquids, lotions, medications, breakables like snow globes. Apparently, a lot of those came through. Last year even, my friend, when she was working there, said you would be surprised. No glass containers or aerosol cans. She said there were some balls that have liquid in them that were really popular that came through, and also hand warmers. So don't send in any of those things. Questionable items that they get asked a lot, but that are allowed, are glow sticks, they're allowed, and wet wipes are allowed. Squirt guns, as long as they don't look like real guns. But keep in mind that water in some of these places is limited and a high value resource in communities, so it's not used for play. That's something to keep in mind. They may not even have water available to put in them. Also about camouflage, that is allowed if the child can wear them without looking like a soldier. Color camouflage is fine, but not suggested, because many children receiving shoebox live in war-torn areas. So why remind them of war? And like camouflage pencils, wallets, or socks is allowed. Lip gloss, because it's liquid, is not allowed, but lip balm is. Okay, also, new items only, please, it says. Please do not include used items. I know my friend who was at the processing center last year, Lisa, said she removed a lot of used shoes and other items. So please only include new items. And include, this is where we're gonna learn a lot about a good variety of items. So try to include something from every category. Can you say the categories from memory? I'm not even sure if I can. I know a wow item is first, and then you want to have your hygiene items, your school supply items, clothing and accessories, craft and activities, toys, and a personal note. Every single one of those are important. So if we all sent all wow items or all school supplies or all hygiene items, those would not make a well-balanced shoebox. So let's talk about all those categories. Things to keep in mind when you're purchasing items for your shoebox. First of all, choose quality items. Some items will break easily, don't include them. If they last just one time, one and done, or even if they last just for a few minutes or hours, do you really want to include those when you could have the same amount of room taken up with something that could last days, months, and even years? So we recommend choosing quality items. And also, now this is not on Operation Christmas Child, but it's just something that we've learned over our own experience. Try to include a plush stuffed animal or some type of soft item in every box. Soft, clean, new stuffed animals and loveys and washcloths are a delight to the senses to a child who may not have ever had anything soft. So here is the washcloth we use and recommend. Very inexpensive, it's less than $1. It's on Amazon and it's really sturdy. It lasts for a long time. As soft as a minky blanket. It's wonderful. Also, I'm just going to show you the variety of stuffies that you can choose from. How adorable is that? This was from Walmart, and he squishes really down to fit in his shoebox. Great. I have some assortment of Beanie Babies, which are nice and soft. I got those in a big eBay haul. That's one of my videos. Oh, and this one, I got this at Whole Foods after Christmas. It was on sale, this unicorn. So soft and fun. Here's another big one from Walmart. I love the puppies that fit on this. In fact, I think Operation Christmas Child uses a dog that looks just like this on a lot of their advertisements and announcements. Look at this one. I got this one also. It's a Beanie Baby from a sale that I bought. It's a peacock. Oh, it's so soft. And this one was at a gift shop and it was on sale, so that is fun. More Beanie Babies. Some of them fit on the top of a box almost completely flat, and they're so soft, so it doesn't have to be something, especially for the older kids, that takes up a lot of room. And one more, I wanted to show you this jellyfish is a Thai Beanie Baby too. Fits, even though it's soft and fun to rub the little legs, it's very small, so it doesn't take up a lot of room. So do your best to include something soft in your box for those children who have never had anything soft. I should have had a lovey here to show you, but I don't know if you know what a lovey is. I didn't know what a lovey is, but we used to call it a security blanket when my kids were little. And my friend Michelle, and there are other ladies that are making these loveys. So they're imagine they're about the size of a shoebox, and they have, it's two-sided with the stitching around, and then they have a little ribbon that's a satin ribbon. That's another thing, that if you include an item with a satin ribbon, is something very unique and soft that they may not have ever felt before. Okay, so that's covering the soft wow item, but also think about a quality musical instrument. What comes to your mind? I love including harmonicas, but there's lots of other choices, maracas and jingle bells and tambourines and egg shakers. Think about that can be a wow item. Also, basic school supplies. Think about what is the bare essentials they need in order to go to school. And you'll think about a notebook, a pencil pouch with pencils, sharpeners, pens, erasers, and then getting fancy, you have scissors, calculator, glue stick, paper clips. Those are all great items, and they don't take up that much space. If you know how to put them in the shoebox, it's a really great idea to have all those basic. My husband's mowing outside. I don't know if you can hear that. And then also, the next thing you want to have in there is your personal care items. So this would be the bare basics, your washcloth and your soap. In fact, my friend Lisa, she and her friend were wrapping last year in the processing center, wrapping up soap like this. Soap was donated separately from washcloths, and then they put them like this to be able to be added. Do you know that a lot of the boxes come into the processing center half full? And so they add something into the box to make it more full, and they call them fillers. I think I'm gonna do a whole nother video on that, but that's what they were doing. So essential personal hygiene, soap, and washcloth. That's really nice to have. And then what other ones do you think that is nice to have for personal care? I'm thinking nail clippers, nail files, or toenail clippers. Oh, definitely a toothbrush and a cover. I would say that, as well as the washcloth and the soap, is a must-have. So have both of those two things in your shoebox. Then there is a backpack or a tote. We highly recommend a backpack or a tote, because a lot of these, if you really pack your shoebox well, you put all the stuff in the box, but when it comes out, it looks like 3 times the size, the pile. So imagine a little kid trying to get all that stuff back and not having a way to bring it home. So there's inexpensive ways that you can purchase a tote that doesn't take up very much room, or a string backpack, or you can make one on blessingsonashoebox.com. There's a tutorial for that. It's really a nice, very nice essential to have in your shoebox if you possibly can, a tote or a backpack. This is another thing we really like to include in all of our boxes, is a ball. There are so many balls options to be able to put in your box. And one of the reasons we like a ball is because one person can play, 20 people can play with one ball, age 1 through age 20. You can enjoy playing with a ball. So we really, really recommend that you think of a ball, some type of a ball that you can put in your box. Our favorites are a soccer ball. I have one of those here too. Oh, that's in this box. Soccer ball, of course, with a pump, or a playground ball with a pump. Let's see what else. Or a basketball with a pump. And then we like to use the toddler pit balls. We have the link to that on our website, blessingsonashoebox.com. Those are great for toddlers. And then there's the pink balls. Those are about the same size too. Those are great to put in. Marbles and super balls are all great. They don't take up very much space, marbles or super balls. And all of those are washable, which I love. And also tennis. You can do tennis and hacky sack. Those are great options too for balls. Quality toys that will last. Let me give you some recommendations. Yo-yos and wooden toys, Lego type sets, puzzles, cards, like a card game, Uno if you can't send face cards, action figures, cars like Matchbox and Hot Wheel, bigger chunky cars for the 2 to 4 year olds, jump ropes, blocks, either the kind that are the plastic that fit together like giant Legos like Duplos, or you could do the kind that are also the same, let's see, they're like soft. I like those soft blocks. that come in arches and logs and squares and half circles. You can just put a layer of a shoebox with those boxes. A great idea. And lacing toys for the 2 to 4 year olds. We have links to a lot of toddler toys on our website. And I'm not pushing it because we have sponsors or somebody sponsors us or anything like that. We don't have any ads on our website. This is because we love the children and we want them to have the best boxes possible. I wish that I had anybody to tell me or show me what to do for the many years that I made shoeboxes, and I didn't know what I was doing. Now I do believe God can use what went, like the fish and the loaves, what little that I gave. He could have multiplied it and blessed one of the children's lives that received the box. But I think it was 2 years ago when I first started watching YouTube videos myself that I learned so much from so many different people. And now I'm trying to give that back to help the new generation of shoebox builders build quality boxes and be able to do better than I did when I was a young mom. After quality toys, I have art materials. Consider those arts and craftsy things to put in your box. You know, if you have a couple toys and then you have an art set, you have a coloring book, you have crayons, you have or colored pencils, you have a glue stick. You can have for the girls a little cross stitch set or an embroidery set or a sewing kit. You can have, let's see, what can we do for the boys? Oh, chalk and chalkboard, I have that, and sketch pads. So sometimes that's why the boys always get less, because it's harder to think of things for the boys. I have a lot of videos on this channel for boys, so that should spark you ideas. But really the girls, it seems like they're so much easier, isn't it? Also clay, modeling clay, and beading kits. Useful items. Oh, that's a totally different category. Useful items. I added this category because it's really fun to be able to put useful items that don't take up very much room, like a little tape measure. I got one from Harbor Freight that's 99 cents. I bought a ton of them because it's a carabiner tape measure, 10 feet, and it can just fit in any nook and cranny. It's really nice. Other useful items include string, like a ball of string, bandana. Do you know bandanas are so useful for, covering your head if it's hot, a headband on a ponytail for a hair tie. It can be used as a mask, as a bandage, or a tourniquet. Bandanas are great, very useful. Let's see what else do we have. Duct tape is very useful, and zip ties. Clothesline and clothespin is useful. Menstrual pads and wet bags for girls 10 to 14, that's very useful. Tweezers, compact mirror, a compass, that's very useful. A flashlight with extra batteries or a lantern, that's useful. Tools, sewing kit, fishing kit with small fishing line reel, not hand wound, because it will get twisted and be useless. So our recommendation for exactly the items to put in a little fishing kit is on Blessings in a Shoebox, and it's under the tutorials heading. So a fishing kit is a great thing. The boys can use a stick and you don't have to pack the reel. Also, here's a listing of good quality musical instruments like a xylophone, a whistle, recorder, jingle bells, harmonica I already mentioned, maracas, tambourine, puzzles. Puzzles are fun to send. See how much variety this is? I'm just gonna keep throwing this out to spark your interest. If you're sending a puzzle, open it up. Oh, this is a really good tip. And put items inside with the pieces, or take the puzzle pieces out, cut the picture of the puzzle, and put the whole thing in a baggie. Flat, it'll lay pretty flat inside your shoebox. Lego sets are a type of puzzle, and you can do the same thing. So because if you ever opened a Lego set, you know that half the box is air. So you can either fill that with lots of other things, or you can take the puzzle pieces and the picture and the directions out and put that in a separate smaller bag, like a drawstring bag. Clothes, this is an important category. It's really nice if you can put in socks and underwear, especially for the girls to have underwear. That really is a protective thing for them. So to put some underwear in as a first priority. Second priority, if you can, add socks. Also, gloves and hats are really small and easy to fit in if you're worried about that. And they are very needed and appreciated. Now, a whole outfit is a wow item. It's not so bad for toddlers because they're small, but you're using the same size box for an older child, so be aware that it's going to take up more room if you put a whole outfit in. So a lot of times I just use it, the shirt, sometimes a shirt and flip-flops. I love putting in flip-flops because the Old Navy ones always go down to 99 cents. I think right now they're like $1.54, some of them. So those are that's a good place to get sturdy flip-flops, and they don't take up very much room. Water bottles, now that's a useful item, but I also listed it here separately because a water bottle and a cup would be useful. A cup, we're including that in all of our toddler boxes, and there's a link to that too on our website under Toddler Boxes. I just love adding water bottles and cups. It's so useful. Sometimes they have to travel to get water, so consider that as an option for your box, but fill your water bottle. I noticed that was on OCC website this time. It said consider filling your water bottle or your cup with a lot of your items for your shoebox, so you don't have this empty water bottle sitting in there taking up all this room without anything in it. Some things you could include in there are school supplies, bandanas, underwear and socks, small toys and figurines. Now I have here 3 sizes of figurines. I have these little mini ones, which I totally love. Can you see those? This is a zebra and a horse, and you can add those to just fill space in a pencil sharpener even. They just fit right in a pencil sharpener, and that way you don't waste the space, and it's a nice surprise for the child. So those are the mini ones, and then you can get figures, well, this size or even half the size, and those are great to fill space for them to play with. Or you can do something big like this dragon, and it doesn't take up that much room. This guy has the big wings, but why was I mentioning that? Oh, I was saying because in the water bottle, probably not the big one would fit in the water bottle, but the other 2 would fit in the water bottle. I already mentioned have a soft toy or item in the box, and the reason is some of these children have lived through wars, extreme poverty, and have never seen a stuffed animal. One child, I love these Operation Christmas Child videos, had come through a war, and he was only rescued, he was very small. The only thing he had been able to rescue was his little rag of a lovey, like a tiny bit of a shred of a diaper that he was able to save. And so just the thought of being able to bring comfort to children that have been through that is wonderful. So a soft toy or a lovey also is wonderful. And colorful. Keep in mind color in your box. If you can add a strand of bright ribbon or some fabric in your if you choose to put a sewing kit in, maybe have a remnant of a bright color fabric or some fabric squares. I got some beautiful fabric squares that was at Walmart yesterday for my box, and I just loved all the bright colors for this very reason. Silky ribbon, you could just roll that up and put a little rubber band, and it'll be great to stick in those hard to fill places to make your box even better. Let's see if there's anything else on this page. Dolls, I don't want to forget dolls. The girls love getting dolls, Barbie dolls, baby dolls. So consider adding additional items. If you're packing a doll, usually it's the wow item. So it could be a little blanket It could be an extra outfit. It could be some other accessories. So I have all of those practical things that I wanted to tell you about what to go in a box. But the last thing is the note and prayer. So if you possibly can figure out a way to get a note and your picture in, it means so much to those children to put the face of a stranger, and connect that to the love of God, who is a stranger to them, and to understand that we have sent these things to them because we love God, and they make that connection. And so just having that note means a lot to them. You may not ever hear from them if they don't speak English, or if they don't have a computer, they may not be able to get back to you. I just put my email down, and I have gotten responses, and it's just thrilling. It'll make you sob to see that you got a response from one of your shoe boxes. But just to have the note means a lot to them. And then about prayer, don't forget to pray. It's the most important thing. It's so amazing what God can do with the shoebox. He is a miracle maker, and he can take your shoebox and multiply the blessings into the child's life to change him completely from not knowing God to receiving the gospel and receiving Jesus Christ as his Savior. Most important reason we do shoeboxes. So thank you for watching. I am going to put the link about the beginning of Operation Christmas Child shoeboxes at the bottom. So click on that if you want to read about that. That was so interesting to me. And I am going to also put this whole thing, I went through it pretty fast. I'm going to put the whole thing on the website. I'm going to have Michelle put it on blessingsinashoebox.com. She's my really good friend that runs the website. I can't take any credit for it. And she'll get it all fixed up for us. So in case you want to go back and look over the details, it'll be there for you. So otherwise, look at all the examples of the good shoe boxes that I've made, and there are a lot of good shoebox makers out there right now that haven't been doing this for more than a year, and it's a really neat community. So look at those shoe boxes for ideas too. But all in all, I feel like I covered the subject really well, and I appreciate you listening and watching, and bye for now.